Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. Welcome back to Top Words. In today's episode, we're going to talk about 10 kitchen objects. So let's go. Spatula. The first word is spatula. Spatula. So a spatula is like a food shovel. It's like a tool you use to flip something in your kitchen. So made of plastic, made of metal, you can flip things like pancakes or omelets with a spatula. Spatula. So in a sentence, flip pancakes with a spatula. Pan. The next word is pan. Pan. So a pan is a piece of kitchen equipment you use to cook something. They can be small pans, they can be larger. You might call it a fry pan, something that's maybe this size and about this deep. There are saucepans, which are about this deep and maybe about this big around. So each pan has a different use. Depending on your level of cooking skill, you can have a variety of things you can do with pans, maybe. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Okay, in a sentence, you can make a lot of delicious things with just one pan. That's true. Measuring cup. The next word is measuring cup. Measuring cup. A measuring cup is a cup that you use to measure things. Usually, actually, there are liquid measuring cups and there are like solids measuring cups. So liquids like meaning water, juice, beer, wine, whatever. And then there are solids, so we can put like flour or sugar or some other like herb, for example, to measure. So there are two different ways, two different types of measuring cup, but they have some kind of measuring system on the side, like milliliters or maybe, I don't know, ounces. I don't know, depending on what you use. So a measuring cup, very handy to have in your kitchen. In a sentence, I cut my hand open on a measuring cup once. Knife. The next word is knife. Knife. So a knife is a sharp tool you use to cut things. There can be a chef's knife, a big one, a paring knife, a small one. There's a fish knife and a bread knife. All kinds of knives. But really, you only need one good chef's knife for your kitchen to do most things. Anyway, in a sentence, every cook needs a good knife. Pot. The next word is pot. Pot. So a pot is, you can think of a pot like a large, deep pan, really. We use pots usually to make soup or perhaps, I guess, to make a lot of sauce. I don't know. But a pot is just something that's large and deep and we can put lots of liquid in it. That's a pot. Maybe it has a lid as well. In a sentence, put all of the ingredients in a pot and cook. Refrigerator. The next word is refrigerator. Refrigerator. Refrigerator is a fun word to say. We often shorten the word refrigerator to fridge. Fridge. So a refrigerator is the place where you store, where you keep your food. So cold food or maybe frozen food. So refrigerator and freezer are different. Please keep that in mind. Refrigerator just means cold. Freezing means it's below 0 degrees Celsius. So that means it's frozen, like you can make ice in that atmosphere, in that environment. Refrigerator is just cold. So keep your food in the refrigerator. In a sentence, she has a huge refrigerator. Dishes. The next word is dishes. Dishes. So dishes is the word we use to mean like your plates and your bowls and your cups, really. So plates, bowls, cups, we say those are dishes. Like in a sentence, do the dishes. It means wash all of the plates, cups, and bowls. So dishes means those three things generally. So dishes, dishes, all of that is summed up in one word. We can use one word for that. In a sentence, I keep all my dishes in cupboards. Cutlery, silverware, flatware. The next word is actually three words. It is cutlery, silverware, and flatware. So you might hear these words used interchangeably. You might hear these words used in the same way. But generally we say like cutlery, I suppose, or we break these words down. So these all three refer to forks, knives, spoons, the things we use to eat food, the tools we use to take food from a plate, to take food from a dish and put it in our mouth. That equipment is cutlery or flatware or silverware. Silverware would technically mean like, you know, that equipment made from silver, I think. But to use a more general word, we say cutlery most of the time. But if you want to be specific, you can say fork, spoon, knife, chopstick, whatever. It's up to you. So these are kind of 3 words that refer to the same thing. In a sentence, washing silverware is such a pain. Cutting board. The next word is cutting board, a cutting board. So a cutting board is a piece of wood or maybe plastic you use under something you are preparing to cook. So if you're cutting carrots, you put the cutting board or just board down on your counter or table, put the carrot on top and cut. So we use it to guard our knife and our counter from the cutting action. Or I suppose I should say, we are guarding the knife from the counter and we are guarding the counter from the knife. So the cutting board acts to hold everything in place and to keep everything like kind of nice and clean and tidy and in good shape. So a cutting board is essential for a good kitchen. In a sentence, I wish I had a nice cutting board. Baking sheet. The last word is baking sheet, a baking sheet. A baking sheet is a piece of equipment that is oven safe. We can put it in the oven and it will not melt, it will not break down at all. We use it to bake maybe cookies, or we can use it to bake meat, for example. A baking sheet. It looks like a sheet of metal, really, in some cases. Maybe it has sides to it as well. But it's just a simple piece of, usually metal of some kind, that is oven safe. It's easy to use for the oven. That's called a baking sheet. In a sentence, line baking sheets with parchment paper. Okay, so those are 10 kitchen objects. I hope that those were useful for you. Maybe you can practice them the next time you are in the kitchen. If you have any questions or if there's another kitchen object that you use a lot, please let us know in the comment section of this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com and subscribe to us too if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.